Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and tonight I am actually just getting ready for bed. But I wanted to kind of talk about my plans for next week. Probably going to be doing a lot more live streaming next week. We don't really have any new games that have come out. I just finished Diablo 4 this tonight, so we'll probably end up doing some live streaming. Of course, some e-begging. We'll do some e-begging all week. We'll try to find exciting topics to talk about as we get ready for the weekend for Final Fantasy 16 coverage. Now, I plan to do a lot of coverage on that game as I get into this game, as I start figuring out the systems, for like the combat, as I start figuring, things out, as I start exploring the world. I want to bring you as much content for Final Fantasy 16 as possible. That's a game I'm really looking forward to, and I feel like it's going to be a pretty special game. I don't think I've ever felt this way about a Final Fantasy game as I do right now. I'm really hyped for this game. I barely can contain myself. That's why I basically was like, man, I gotta finish at least the campaign of Diablo 4 this weekend so that I don't have any distractions when it comes to trying to play Final Fantasy later toward the end of the week. Now, I did ask Square Enix for review code for Final Fantasy 16. They said I'm on a list, so I might get it. I don't know exactly when I'm going to get it. I don't know if I'm going to get it before launch or after launch, but I want to have it preloaded so that I can check it out at 10 o'clock at night. I want to have the game preloaded, so if I don't get it, a couple days before, I'm just going to buy it. I'm just going to buy it so that I can cover the game. I want to be able to get instant access as soon as it's ready, as soon as I can get into it. I want to be able to get into that game. Now, this Final Fantasy 16 is kind of new. It's kind of new from what I've played of this game, and from the overwhelming feeling I'm getting for it being a more mature experience. I am really liking that. Now, I'm not saying it's like over mature or anything. I'm saying it's like, in my mind, it kind of feels more like a Devil May Cry, and I like that. I really do like that. I am very excited for that. The combat and everything that I felt while playing this game was so immersive that I could overlook the performance issues that were happening in the demo. That's how immersed I was in this game. And, to be completely honest with you, that's kind of the way I am in most games. Like, I do notice it when I'm playing any specific title. Like, I do notice it, like, when the frame rate drops or something happens. Like, I do notice that. But if I'm immersed in the game and I'm getting through that and I'm having a good time and I'm feeling good about it, I don't necessarily keep a scorecard for every single time that something happens. And that's true between PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, PC. Like, I'm not sitting here keeping a scorecard. I want to play the game. I want to enjoy that. And as long as I can enjoy that experience, I'm probably not going to be talking about that type of stuff on the channel too much anymore. Like going out of my way to find nitpicks. That's kind of dumb to me. That really is kind of dumb to me, because I know in my heart of hearts, as a game player, as somebody that plays games, that 90% of the time, if I love and enjoy that experience, I'm overlooking 90% of that. Like, I'm overlooking it. I don't even care. Just like I know you don't care as much as you say you do. Like, I know you don't care. I know I don't care. So I know that if it's a game that you love, you don't care about that. If it's a game you don't really care about, then yeah, it's easy. It's easy, because if you don't already like the game, it's easy to pile on all those other nitpicks that normally you wouldn't care about. And I want to be fair. Like, I want to be fair when I review games. If it's something that I don't like, then I don't want to just sit and nitpick on all the negative stuff like a lot of my other colleagues seem to do. It's like if they don't like a game, it makes it easier for them to justify hating that game, or bringing, or just digging up every single thing that has to do with it. Because I guarantee you, every one of these games, Redfall, freaking um what was that one? I mean, this here could probably be its own video, but maybe I will make a video like this. But Saints Row, all of these games had like minor problems in them that, like, if you loved those games, you could have overlooked them. Like, I know I could have. I know I didn't really run into any of these major problems that everybody made sound so much worse than what they were. Like Redfall, I had maybe 3-4 instances where like the AI completely just like ignored me. I think I had like 4 instances. What else? There was, I mean, obviously there was like the slow loading in textures and stuff that I mean, unless you're looking for stuff like that, like really looking for it, like paying attention to it, like when you're probably not going to notice it if you're immersed in the experience. And there's a lot of things like that that reviewers are really starting to nitpick extremely hard, because games have gotten significantly better than what we've ever had before. Significantly better than what we've ever had before in terms of visuals, in terms of world design, in terms of physics and everything else. Like, I mean, these games are, I mean, if we were playing these games back 20 years ago, like our minds would literally be blowing. But it just seems like these gamers or these other YouTubers and other reviewers and stuff are really starting to put like a major focus on this stuff. And I get like the price has raised like $10 for these games. So we're thinking, yeah, we want quality and stuff. And to tell you the truth, most of the stuff that they've been putting out, guys, really isn't that bad quality. Like, it really isn't. It's like even the double A game, even indie games look better than what we had on PlayStation 2, on PlayStation 3. You know what I mean? Like, indie games are looking better than the content we were getting just 2 generations ago. So when I hear when I hear people, talking about like, yeah, man, I like old games and I like, playing retro and stuff like that, and then an indie game comes out and they're like, oh my gosh, that's trash. I just kind of laugh. I'm like, really, man? Like you guys say that you want to go back and play like 360 games and stuff, or PS3 games, but then you're going to call indie games that look just as good as those trash. While, I mean, like, take Gollum for instance, man. Gollum's not a bad game. Not in a sense of like, oh my gosh, it's just it's not a bad game. I mean, it's essentially what I would call a corridor game, like a corridor platformer game. And I mean, it fits that mold pretty good, climbing on walls, all of that stuff. I'll tell you what, when I first saw the Golem trailers and I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, I like those kind of games. And I'm pretty sure everybody else in the world did too. They're like, oh yeah, I like those kind of games. You get that nostalgic vibe. You're like, yeah, I get to climb around. The visuals don't look too bad. Can have some fun with that. That's gaming, guys. Like, not every game is going to be a Sony AAA high budget banger. Like, and you got to stop thinking that they're going to be, because there are there are thousands of studios out there with different levels of funding, experience, all of these other things that come together to make these games. And when we go out of our way as content creators, as influencers, when we go out of our way to nitpick things that are found in literally every game for certain types of games, I kind of feel like that's not cool. That's not cool. When Horizon Zero Dawn came out, there was so much popping in that game. There were bugs, there were glitches. Like, that game was not polished when it launched. It was not polished, and I don't care who you are, it was not a polished experience. Kind of felt like Redfall. If you want my honest experience, or my honest opinion. But when we start to look back at these games, and as we start to look forward to the future of video games and this channel, I want to put more of a focus on that experience. And bringing you the best information I can. Now, I want you to say in the comments, like, hey man, like I want you to let me know if you agree with me that you are 100% more likely to overlook flaws in a game that you love versus something that you don't love. Because as a content creator, as somebody that reviews games on YouTube, I kind of feel like it's my responsibility to be as fair across the board with all types of games, and really look at like the bugs and the glitches and stuff like that in games like Gollum or whatever. When I'm playing through these experiences and play through it with the mindset like, I love this game, so is there stuff that I could overlook? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to call out things that are, I don't want to call out things that are the same as other games. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Like, if there's a game out there and people love it, I don't want to sit and bash games, because like I've said before, like, the whole reason I started this YouTube channel is because I was sick and tired of my favorite YouTubers bashing the games that I love. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that. I love these games, and I want to know, I want to know certain things about them. I don't want to hear about every little nitpick they have on the game. No, I want to hear about the cool stuff. I want to hear about the stuff that they found interesting in that. So I know this ramble has went on a little bit, and it started off as something else, but I mean, this is kind of, I mean, it all kind of works in there, you know, the way I want to review games, the way I see things. You know, talking about Final Fantasy, when Final Fantasy comes out this weekend, I want to be able to cover that, and I don't want to have to. I guess I'm kind of just worried that the whole fanboy wars are gonna come in, and they're gonna. I don't want the negative content. I don't want the negative feedback in the comments section for everybody that doesn't get to play Final Fantasy 16 coming and telling me how trash the game is, and how trash the game is, and how broken it is. Because what I played of that game, like, I'm in love with what I played from that demo. So I don't want to hear the negativity, and I'm going to be this way across the board with everything. If it's an Xbox game, if it's a PlayStation game, if it's a Nintendo game, if I love the experience and I can get through it without, I'm not going to sit here and bang on about the bugs all the time. There will be times that I will talk about specific things, and if there is things that are super noticeable, like if I'm playing through Final Fantasy 16 and it's like 45 frames the whole time and it's just stuttery, and yes, I will be honest with my coverage with that, and I'll let you know what level I was at, you know, how much it was bugging me while I was playing that experience. Like, if it was something that was like super noticeable and affecting my playthrough of it, then yeah, I'm gonna let you guys know and let the developer know. I mean, obviously it'll be in the video. I'm not gonna bash games for clicks. Period. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I want to enjoy these things, man. And I'll tell you what, having to like sit here and like be negative and look for negative things in every video game, that sucks, man. That ruins the experience faster than anything. It just ruins it, man. So if you guys like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Like I said, leave a comment if you agree with me that if you like a game, you are more willing to overlook certain things for the sake of that experience. So we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.